But I will say before I get to that, that the Mesopotamians, they're the ones who came out with the flat Earth theory first, and that was,
Mhm.
roughly 2,000
Somewhere around there.
years ago,
Mhm.
something like that. So,
And that's when
before,
they didn't have, like, scientific equipment, right? No telescopes,
I mean,
no
I
satellites.
wasn't there, but I assume so. It's hard for me to say, but I do believe that they didn't have
Yeah.
the technology that we have
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Unless the aliens have been hooking people up left and right, whether
Right.
it's the
I just took it
pyramids in
back.
Egypt, yeah,
Mhm. Take
or the
backsies.
Mesopotamians. Oh, that'd be funny. Little prankster aliens coming down and be like, the Earth is flat, and they're like, whoa, what?
That would be crazy.
Some teen
They
alien.
just see how gullible humans are. I'm like, we could tell them it's flat, right? No, it's not gonna work. They'll know it's not flat. Like, no, I don't think they will.
So after the Mesopotamians were like the Earth is flat, it's basically the Truman Show was what they thought,
Mhm.
which we'll get into a bit later. But basically, everything is under this dome, and the oceans are this like spiritual water that the like a snow globe,
Right.
basically, and like as
Which are
above, so
round.
below, which are
Round. They're
mm,
globe. It's in the name. Snow globe. This is what's going to happen the entire episode because every flat earther gets to a point where they hit a wall and they're like,
hit a wall.
the head explodes, brain and guts everywhere because at some point, based on whatever theory they have, they run into fact. And fact is like, bitch, no.
So I emailed this dude last night because I found his website on Flat Earth, and I'm
Yeah.
not going to say his name, but he has a very popular YouTube channel. And I just wrote Flat Earth question, and I wrote, "Hey man, I'm diving deep into your YouTube and have a question. Apologies if you've already answered it, but how do flat earthers explain that the Earth is in orbit if it's flat? Wouldn't it be crushed and pulled by the other planets orbiting it?" And he said, and this is where I agree with him. He got back to me in like a second too, by the way. It was like 30 seconds past, and
Oh,
old boy
that's
was like, and he said, there is no solar system, no planets, no sun. Everything is just light in the sky, a giant planetarium. It's why all the older civilizations drew the exact same thing. And then he hit me with a hyperlink to ancient cosmologies. And this is what he sent me. There, check that out. We'll throw it up for
Okay.
everybody. But that is
Mhm.
the Earth. That's the snow globe I'm talking about. It is a flat Earth under a dome. The heavens are at the top of that dome, but there's
Right.
no escaping it. As above, so below. So of course we have hell underneath it, and we're in between. That is the truth. The
Okay.
planets are under a dome.
See, that sounds like simulation. That sounds like a simulation like the Matrix is. We're not really in control of anything. That's what that reminds me of.
Okay.
If you haven't checked out our Matrix episode, make sure you go back and check that out. But that just feels like that feels more like this isn't real. This
Okay.
is just a science experiment versus the Earth is flat. Because I just too much you can kill with science based off of his response, in my opinion.
I hear you, but I just think that as somebody who has played a lot of mental games my
Mhm.
whole life with
Uh-huh.
humanity and people, and they don't know I'm playing those games, but I'm playing them and I'm winning in my own head. I feel like a dome over all of us is one that I can really get behind. And I know that's a little bit further than flat Earth, but this guy has a very popular flat Earth YouTube channel, and 6-figure subscribers can't be wrong.